Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming and today's video is sponsored by Dragonheir Silent Gods. Dragonheir is an amazing high fantasy RPG game that I've been in love with for quite a while because it has some crazy good graphics, it has some awesome mechanics when it comes to the bosses, it has a ton of heroes and just really fun to play. So if you want to get involved, there's going to be a link in the description and in the pinned comment of this video that you can click and download the game and start playing today. It's available on all devices. You can play it on Android devices, on iOS devices, it's even available on Mac, and obviously it's available on PC. It's on the Epic Games Store and on Steam. It has had a, it has had a pretty good success ever since it came out, with over 10 million downloads in the first 2 months, voted number one in over 13 regions. So it's definitely a game worth checking out, especially if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan. Well, we have a collaboration going on right now where you can obtain Elminster Omar as one of your heroes. So make sure you start playing the game today because it's a limited time event when it comes to Elminster. So it doesn't matter if you start just now, you still have a chance to get Elminster Omar. So you know what are you waiting for? Click that link, download the game and start playing today. So the subject of today's video is going to be something that honestly it blew my mind, okay? It blew my mind because we are currently on the Season 2 endgame boss, the Mekkatorque, and I'm trying to come up with some teams. We're always trying to improve our teams, always try to do better, and currently I'm trying to do my best to do 200 million damage because, as we can see on the boss description over here, the Mekkatorque takes 90% less damage after taking more than 200 million. So obviously the goal should be hit 200 million and then after that, move on to the next one. But the team for today is an amazing team, and the first thing that blew my mind is the fact that it has no legendaries in it, okay? No legendary heroes in the team whatsoever. Second thing is it has 3 rares, okay? 3 rares and 2 epics, and it has the potential to do 200 million, okay? So this is a really crazy team, and yes, there's gonna be some legendary artifact, but those artifacts are definitely helping you get closer to the 200 million. But even without the legendary artifacts, you can still make you can still make some crazy good damage with this team. But before I jump into this team, I want to mention that this was not a team that I came up with, okay? Massive shout out to Eleanor, one of my clanmates from the Eternal Titans. He posted this in our Discord, and I saw that and I was like, oh my god, how does that work? I had to ask him, I had to have him tell me exactly, what's the team, what's the timing, how does this work? And I'm just gonna try and go through this as much as I can and show it to you guys because it's an awesome team, okay? It's just an awesome team. So first of all, let's talk about positioning. When it comes to the positioning, you want to have them placed like this, because what happens is when the fight starts, Fruit Bath just moves over ahead, and basically in any other position, if you try to do something like this, Fruit Bath's just gonna run over there and he's not gonna be able to heal everybody with his battle skill, okay? And the way to trick that is just have him over here, have Yola go over here or over here on these spots, does not matter, because once the boss does his second skill, he drops those magic crystals, those balls, as we keep calling them, and it just pushes her over. So she either gets to be moved over here or over here. I think it's the same if you put them over there, they just get shoved to the left, but they're gonna basically all be in the range of Fruit Bat's healing, and that's what you care about. That's the most important thing, because you have him healing, and you also have Hexandra that's gonna be healing. So that's number one, the positioning. It's really important. I guess let's look through the team that we're using. So we're using Hexandra as one of the healers. We're actually using Eli as a hitter, and he's amazing because he has this range, and he's always gonna hit all of the minions, because that's what we want to focus on, doing as much damage to the minions as possible. So Eli has to be in this spot, okay? Because he turns around and he's gonna hit 1, 2, 3 lines, okay? If you place him over here, he's not gonna hit all. Same thing over here. So he has to be over here. Then Sigrid does not matter. Sigrid and Yolo does not matter. The important thing that I think matters is to have Hexandra on this spot, because when the boss does, which one is it? This skill over here, she's going to be taking the first damage, and then everybody after that is going to take 10% less. So it's important to have, your tankiest towards the left. So that's the positioning. Now let's have a quick look at the timing, and I do want to mention this team is going to be manual, okay? It's not going to be full auto, unfortunately, because we're trying to min-max it. It can work on auto as well, but it might not do the same damage because of the way that they do their skills. But let's look at this. So first of all, Fruit Bath, he does his initial hit at 29.9, then every 30 seconds. The reason for that is you want to have the attack penalty before the boss does the ultimate, and that covers the first skill as well. Then you want to have Sigrid. This is the quirky stuff, which I don't think I would have ever figured out, but you want to have Sigrid start at 16.8, okay? The one that's going to be the MVP in here is Sigrid because of this hit over here. Because we're going to have debuffs, she's going to hit all 6 of the balls, and then when they start dying, she's gonna hit 3 again, and then she's gonna hit the boss again at the end. You're gonna see how it works. It's just a thing of beauty. Her damage is just crazy. And then you have Eli going at 14 seconds first time, and then every 30 seconds. So the whole idea, from what I've seen Eleanor suggest, is the fact that you want to have Eli go first before Sigrid goes, so he does most of the damage and brings those balls to the spot where they get core damage. So I guess if you did not want to manual every time, you could just maybe set Yola at 13 and then at 30 and let it go. So she does that, or like 13.5 basically just before Eli. So she does this first, okay, the attack penalty, and she's also gonna have the Witch's Remains to, you know, to land it on the minions, and then Eli goes, then everybody else goes with damage. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be manualing the fight, and I'm going to show you why. Because people usually, like, I think the only one that I've seen not do it is Rippercast, but people that have like the diamond-shaped skill, they never target all of them, okay? So like, see, I have to click and do just like that, because if I don't do it, okay, I was a little bit slow. I should have done that a little bit faster. But look at that damage, look at the damage that she did. So that's why I am manualing this, because like I said, Yola just does not hit all of them. If I let her do it on auto, like if I set her, like I said, 12 minutes in every 30, she's just gonna miss one in the corner. And if that happens, we're not gonna be able to hit that one with, we're not gonna kill that one, and we're not gonna hit that one with Yola, and which means we're gonna be missing on that Witch's Remains damage, which means we're not gonna kill them with Eli. Look at that damage, boom, and then watch Sigrid, boom, 1, and then watch what happens when the first 3 disappears because of her passive. She hits again 3 more. Look at that, 715,000 per hit. That's just insane damage. Like, she's gonna be doing some crazy damage, and just this team is a thing of beauty. Like I said, I did not expect this team to actually do this, you know, this crazy damage, because we have 3 rares. Okay, we have 3 rares, and the main damage dealers are the rares. Okay. And it's just awesome. Like, I really wanted to share this with you guys, because you might be struggling with finding a good poison team that does damage. Well, everybody should have most of these people. Like, if you're in season 2 already and you don't have these rares and 2 epics, then, you know, maybe you've not been playing enough, or maybe you're just that unlucky that you did not pull these people. Fruit Bath and Yola are one of the best ones, and, you know, I talk about them all the time, especially Yola. She's my favorite, but I think I've heard people say that Yola can be replaced with something like a Twitch, or, you know, just basically somebody else that brings some debuffs, multi-hits on the ultimate, so that you can land the Witch's Remains. One of the artifacts that's kind of mandatory to the team is the Witch's Remains, obviously, because that one does a ton of damage. If you do not have Witch's Remains, you can still use the Crown, but obviously the damage is going to be a lot less, because you're just not going to be doing, you know, not going to be doing as much damage to all 6. It's only going to be to 1 target. So I'm not going to keep you here through the whole run. I'm just going to continue manualing it, and then I'm going to come back at the end. We're going to look at the damage that we actually did, and then we're also going to be looking at the builds for every single person in particular. So I guess see you in a bit. And there we go. 201 million damage. This is just insane. I'm not gonna lie, this is just insane, and I did not expect it. Massive shout out again to Eleanor for sharing this with me. It's a really impressive team, and I'm glad that I could see it. I guess one thing that I'm gonna try and still test out, like, I'm not gonna save it right now, is I want to test out to see if I just do this on you know, on auto. Maybe I just, like I said, put her at 30. 13, then at 30, and just run it full auto. I want to see, does it actually do enough damage without hitting that last eyeball in the back or not? Because like I said, the problem is the fact that when she does her okay, what just happened? Oh, I had to turn off. Okay, I had to turn off. But like I said, the problem is without having that defense penalty in there, you're not gonna do enough damage to kill them with Eli. And I'm not sure if Sigrid just does that hit. I guess we're gonna see this now closely, but not sure if Sigrid does that hit fast enough to just, like, she cannot even hit the one in the back. See, that's the problem. When she does the hit, she doesn't hit the one at the back, which means that one's gonna land recharge speed penalty on us. We're gonna lose the damage on one target, so that might not exactly hit the damage that we want. It might not hit the 200 million, but it might still be close. If you want something to be more convenient, then just set the timer that I showed at the beginning, plus add YOLO's 12 seconds initial, 30 seconds in between, and then you should be just fine. And you're gonna have a pretty fun team that does a ton of damage. It does a ton of damage. See, that one at the back, we're just not quite doing enough damage to it, and then she doesn't come back to her ultimate back enough to do those hits on the 3 as well. So that's why the manualing it is the way. But again, if you don't care about manualing and you don't care about getting top damage, this is a good team. Now let's have a quick look at the builds. So when it comes to Exandra, I just gave her as much skill haste as I could with some enlightenment and attack to boost her battle skill healing. Okay, that's all I did. Like you see, enlightenment, then HP % with enlightenment, and completed 2 sets with skill haste, enlightenment and skill haste and all that. Then when it comes to artifact, I actually have the artifact that we got from the Famiander, okay, from finishing from finishing the Pillar of Trials this season. Is it mandatory? No. Does it help? Yes, because it boosts her healing. If you don't have this one, you can always go with the mirror, okay? Just go with the mirror and that should be just fine. Then when it comes to Fruitbath, I do have him in an Ancestral Protection with as much defense as I could because, well, he's gonna soak up some of the damage from everybody else so they don't die. And then also gave him the accuracy so he can land his attack penalty. Plus, he's also wearing Solar King's Horn. Again, this is one that, again, you can replace, but obviously you're going to lose some damage because every time he heals, he increases the allies' damage by 5% up to 3 stacks for 10 seconds. So basically, because he does that almost like, every 9.7 seconds, you're going to have this boost, the 15% extra damage on for all, for most of the fight. If you don't have it, like I said, your damage is going to be lower, but you can use anything else that could help. And I would suggest using actually the Crown of the Unclean because that brings another debuff for the boss, which means he's going to take more damage, like 10% more damage. So that might, equal itself out. Then when it comes to Eli, I do have him in the Hero's Trophy, but this one can be the Eyeball of the Giant. This was the artifact that we got from finishing Famiander last season, and this one's pretty powerful because it brings attack and then it brings an attack boost that keeps going up, down. So this one's a pretty nice one, but it's not mandatory. Again, you can use Eyeball. You might be doing similar damage or just a little bit less. But the set that is really powerful here because of the way things work is the Emperor's Might. Okay, this one's just the one to go. I tried before doing this. I tried with the Inventor set. I had like both in actually stronger Inventor sets and was still not good enough. The reason for that is because the way this one reads. When the Werewolf deals damage to an enemy with lower attack, which, those minions, I think, have no attack or barely any attack, plus we have the attack penalty from Yola. So when that happens, the current damage will be increased based on the difference value of attack. So basically, between you and them, the higher attack you have, the more damage they're going to take, but it's capped at 200%. So I don't think you need to just go full on attack. As you can see, I didn't go crazy on attack. I went like almost 100% crit rate and almost 200% crit damage. And that's basically Eli. Same principle for Sigrid. She's the same in Emperor's Might. I ignored her accuracy. I don't care about the debuffs. Don't care about her attack penalty. I don't care about healing prohibition. I just care for her to smack. And you see how hard she smacked. And she also uses the Ravatrix roots. Again, this is another artifact that you get by beating the Famiander this season. But again, if you do not have this one, then you can use maybe the Eyeball on her and then go on Eli with the Horseshoe, the Music Box that helps you get more crit rate. So, any artifact that boosts your potential damage, that's what you're going to go with. And then the last one, Yola, she's in a Cyril set to give us, that increased attack before their ults. And she's also in a Witch's Remains because, this is definitely, from my point of view, the most powerful artifact in the game that everybody should get. So if you ever get a dupe legendary finally the first artifact you get always Witch's Remains. It's just too good. It's just too good. I also tried to give her as much attack, as much damage as I could in the serial set, because you know what? Every bit of damage counted, as you saw, to get to that 200 million damage. But I guess this is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this team. I'm really excited about it. Like I said, I'm really happy that Eleanor shared it so that I can share it with you guys. It's a really awesome team. And this one's definitely going to be one of those teams that I'm going to be keeping in here. But anyway, this is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. And also, what are you waiting for? Start playing Dragonheir today. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment of my video. Click that one and start playing. You can play on iOS devices, Android devices. It's even on Mac. It's on Epic Game Store. It's on Steam. It's everywhere, you know. So this is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.